Most people believe they are saving money. They tell themselves that putting something aside once in a while means they are doing fine, but the truth is very different. When you look at real numbers, not feelings or hopes, the average person saves almost nothing, and what they do save is often too small to matter in the long run. Many people think saving means whatever is left at the end of the month. That mindset already sets them up to fail. If saving depends on leftovers, then saving will almost never happen. Life always finds a way to eat whatever money is available. Bills grow, small pleasures add up, and emergencies appear without warning. The result is that most people live in a constant loop of earning and spending, with no real progress. In many developed countries, the average savings rate is shockingly low. Some people save less than 5% of their income. Many save nothing at all, and a large number actually go backwards every month by using credit cards or loans just to survive. On paper, they look functional, but in reality, they are one unexpected expense away from financial stress. What makes this worse is that people often confuse income with wealth. They think earning more automatically means being safer, but income without discipline does nothing. There are people making good money who still live paycheck to paycheck. At the same time, there are people with modest incomes who quietly build stability because they control their spending and make saving non-negotiable. Another hard truth is that most people don't even know how much they save per year. They might know their salary, but not their net progress. That alone says everything. If someone cannot tell you how much their net worth grew last year, they are not managing money, they are reacting to it. Savings are not just about having cash in a bank account. Savings represent freedom. They buy time, they give options, they reduce fear. Without savings, every decision becomes emotional. You stay in bad jobs because you're scared. You avoid risks that could improve your life. You tolerate stress because you cannot afford to say no. The average person believes saving requires sacrifice, pain, and a boring life. In reality, the pain comes from not saving. Living with constant financial pressure drains energy and focus. It affects relationships. It affects health. It limits thinking. People underestimate how much mental space money problems consume. One of the biggest lies people tell themselves is, "I'll start saving when I make more." This almost never works. Lifestyle always expands. Expenses grow to match income. New habits form. New standards appear. Waiting for a higher income before building the habit is like waiting to get fit before going to the gym.
Another problem is that saving is often treated as optional. Entertainment, subscriptions, eating out, upgrades all come first. Savings comes last, if anything remains. But financially stable people flip this completely. They save first and live on what remains. That one shift changes everything. The average person also underestimates time. Saving a small amount consistently over many years beats big savings done rarely. Time does the heavy lifting, but time only works if you start early and stay consistent. Waiting 5 or 10 years to begin costs more than most people realize. There is also a cultural issue. Spending is visible, saving is invisible. People get praise for new cars, new phones, new trips. Nobody compliments someone for having 6 months of expenses saved. So people chase the visible rewards, even if it quietly destroys their future stability. Another uncomfortable truth is that many people use spending to cope emotionally. Stress, boredom, loneliness, and frustration often turn into purchases. Small spending feels harmless, but repeated daily, it becomes destructive. Most people don't have a money problem, they have an emotional regulation problem that shows up as spending. When you look at real data, the picture becomes clear. A large portion of adults cannot cover a small emergency without borrowing. That means savings are not just low, they are dangerously low. This isn't because everyone is lazy or stupid, it's because the system rewards consumption and punishes patience. But here's the part most people completely miss. Saving is not about being rich someday. It's not about becoming a millionaire or living some luxury fantasy in the future. Saving is about control today. It's about not feeling trapped by your next bill, your boss's mood, or a random emergency. Even a small financial buffer changes the way you think. It changes how you talk, how you make decisions, how you handle pressure. When you know you have even a few months of breathing room, your nervous system relaxes. You stop reacting and start choosing. That calm turns into confidence, and that confidence quietly reshapes your life. Most people don't realize how powerful this is until they experience it. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, every decision feels urgent. You say yes when you want to say no. You tolerate things you shouldn't. You accept stress as normal. But when you have savings, even modest savings, the world feels different. You don't panic over small problems. You don't jump at every opportunity out of fear. You think more clearly because you're not constantly in survival mode. The average person saves very little, not because they're lazy or stupid, but because no one ever showed them a different way to live. Schools don't teach this.
They teach math, history, and rules, but not how to build stability. Culture doesn't reward saving either. It rewards spending, showing off, upgrading, and proving your worth through things you buy. Social pressure pushes people to look successful long before they actually are, and that pressure quietly destroys their financial foundation. Once someone truly understands what saving represents, their behavior changes fast, not because someone scared them, but because something clicks. They realize saving is not punishment, it's power, it's self-respect. It's telling your future self, I've got you. That shift is subtle, but once it happens, you can't unsee it. Saving is not about depriving yourself forever or living a joyless life. That idea is another lie people use to avoid facing their habits. Saving is about choosing long-term freedom over short-term comfort. It's about understanding that every dollar has a job, and you get to decide whether it works for you or disappears without a trace. It's about choosing stability over status, quiet strength over loud appearances, peace over applause. Most people chase the image of success instead of the foundation of it. They want the car, the trip, the lifestyle, but they don't want the patience that creates it. They borrow confidence instead of building it, and the cost shows up later, when stress replaces excitement and obligations replace options. The truth is simple but uncomfortable. Most people are one missed paycheck away from panic.